Okay, guys, we shall start now. Today we are going to see profit and loss and discounts. So, profit and loss, there are a few formulas to remember. The concept is simple, but you have to understand the problem. So, that's the check here. So, the questions will be framed. They usually play with words, I used to say. So, you have to understand the question and apply the formulas. If you know the formulas, it will be very easy. So it's very simple. Profit and loss is very simple. I will now show the formulas and concepts. So I hope you know what is cost price, selling price. Cost price, the price at which an article is purchased. Selling price, the price at which an article is sold. And profit or gain. If you will have profit or gain if selling price is greater than cost price, and loss if cost price is than selling price. These are very basics, guys. You should know this. Gain, selling price minus cost price. Loss, few problems will have gain percentage and loss percentage. You will not only have gain and loss, they will give us 5% gain, 10% loss. So in percent, they may give gain and loss. So you also have to remember this. And gain and loss percentage will be a gain percent equal to gain by CP into 100, loss by CP into 100. That is CP is cost price. I hope you know. Okay. Cost price, if cost price and gain or loss is given, if you want to find the selling price, 5 and 6 are used. And selling price is given, gain or loss is given, you want to find cost price, 7 and 8 are used. So please note this four formulas. Selling price equal to 100 plus gain percent or 100 minus loss percent into cost price by 100. Cost price equal to 100 into selling price by 100 plus gain percent or 100 minus loss percent. Please note this four formula. This will be very useful. Few questions might be direct, but you must know these four formulas. Noted? Noted, guys? Or shall I repeat? Okay. Another important formula. So when a person sells two similar items, one at a gain of X% and the other at a loss of X%, then the seller always incurs a loss given by loss percent equal to X by 10 the whole square. So if you derive conventionally, it may take time. So please note this formula too. A person sells two similar items, one at a gain of X%, other at a loss of X%. Overall, he will have a loss of X by 10 square percent. X by 10 the whole square percent. That is his loss. This is other important formula. And one more formula also we are going to see. If a trader sells his goods at cost price but uses false weights, that is, he didn't change the price, but he's using false weights. So, for example, instead of 1 kg, he may be giving 900 grams with the same cost price. So, how much gain? What is the gain percent? So, for that, this is the formula: gain percent equal to error. That is what it should be. The difference between the actual value and what he is giving. So, error by true value minus error into 100%. This is another important formula. If you do this conventionally, it will again take time. So 9 and 10 are simple formulas, direct substitution. We also have examples for this around, I think 20 examples in profit and loss I have today. We will see one by one. So first, clear with this formulas, 10 formulas. These 10 formula are for profit and loss. Next, we are going to see discount formulas. Clear with profit and loss? Understood? Okay. Okay, now we move on to formula of discount. Marked price. I'm introducing a new term, marked price. Initial price quoted for the article. For an item, what is the initial price quoted for sale? Marked price, that is the marked price. So markup amount is equal to marked price minus cost price. So for the difference between the cost price and marked price will give you the markup amount. How much you have increased or decreased from the cost price. And markup percentage, markup amount into 100 by cost price. Okay. Marked price is the initial price quoted for the article, and markup amount will be the difference between cost price and market price. Markup percentage is markup amount by cost price into 100. And discount. Discount is the difference between discount amount is market price minus selling price. Discount percentage, market price minus selling price into 100 by market price. Discount will be in terms of market price and selling price. So these 5 formulas we will be using for discount. So cost price is the price for which you bought the article, and market price your initial price you are quoting for the article, and selling price after discount or with profit after discount, how much for with the discount for what value you are selling. That will be your selling price. So discount percentage is also useful because maximum discount will be given in percentage. It will not be given in value in many cases. Okay. I think we are done with the formulas. Do you want to note? Do you have any? Do you want to note any other formula? If you have missed any, I will show the slide. Otherwise, we will move for the problems. 15 formulas, clear? 15 formulas have you taken? Not all formulas, few definitions also there. Okay. So now we will see problems. This is very simple one. I gain 70 paise on rupees 70. My gain percentage. I gain 70 paise on rupees 70. This is just for introduction. I want to know whether you understood or not. 70 paise is the gain, and rupees 70 assume it as the cost price. So what is the gain percent? I will go back. Gain percent. Gain by cost price into 100. 100%. How come? 100%. No. If you want to get 100% gain, then it will be very difficult. 10 or 1. Okay, we will see the answer. 99.185. No. Profit is 70 paise. So 0.7 rupees. 70 paise, guys. 70 paise, 0.7 rupees. 1 rupee, 100 paise. So profit 0.7 rupees. Cost price 70. So gain by profit into 100. 0.7 by 70 into 100. 1% you will get. Why guys? Different answers. 10, 4.9. Now, at least now you can understand. This is very basic. I hope. I thought many will get it. So, but it's not so. Okay, guys. For the first time, okay. But these are very basic. They will give some difficult problems also. For those problems, you first have to understand the question. These are direct questions. For direct questions, first you try to solve, and then we will go for difficult problems. They are not actually difficult, well worded, I would say. Okay. If books bought at prices ranging from rupees 200 to rupees 350 are sold at prices ranging from rupees 300 to 425, what is the greatest possible profit that might be made in selling 8 books? I repeat, you are buying books. The range is between 200 to 350. You are selling uh, the books at in the range 300 to 425. So, what is the greatest possible profit? So, to find the profit, it is selling price minus cost price. Okay. So, greatest possible profit. So, to get greatest possible profit, it is minimum cost price, maximum selling price. So in this range, you have to choose the minimum cost price, and in the selling price, you have to choose the maximum, so that you will get the greatest possible profit. Find it and multiply for 8. Multiply by 8 to get the profit for 8 books. 225, 1800. Yes, I think Cherao Jain is correct. Wait for some more answers. Okay, 1800. Okay. Understood, guys? For greatest possible profit, minimum cost price, maximum selling price, so that you will get greatest possible profit. And for 8 books, you have to multiply by 8. 1800. Minimum cost price is 200. Maximum selling price 425. The profit is 225 for each book. For 8 books, it is 1800. Correct answers, guys. Good. Next question. Sam purchased 20 dozens of toys at the rate of rupees 375 per dozen. He sold each one of them at the rate of rupees 33. What was his percentage profit? I repeat, Sam purchased 20 dozens of toys at the rate of rupees 375. So, first calculate the total number of toys. First calculate the total number of toys. So, 20 dozens of toys. First calculate the total number and find the cost price. For each dozen, 375 rupees is the cost price. Find the cost price for 20 dozen and find the selling price for all the toys. For selling price of one toy is 33. So find the cost price, find the selling price, find the profit, and then find the profit percent. 5.6. Okay. Any other answer? You have to be quick, guys. You will have just 1 minute to solve in test. I repeat, first find the number of toys, 20 dozens of toys, and calculate the cost price for all the toys. For 1 dozen, it is rupees 375. Find the cost price for 20 dozen. And for selling price, one toy's selling price is 33. Find the selling price for all the toys. For that, you will need the total number. 5.6. Let's see. Yes, it's 5.6. Number of toys, 20 into 12, 240 toys. Cost price, 375 per dozen. So 20 dozen, 7,500. Selling price, 33 for each toy, total 240. So you have to multiply and find the difference. That is your profit. Profit percentage is profit by cost price into 100. This is also a basic question. Anyone struggling to solve or any doubt in this? because if you are not able to understand these questions, it is difficult to follow further. Okay, everyone understood? Okay, I will move for the next one. A sells an article which costs him rupees 400 to B, which costs him 400. He sells that article to B at a profit of 20%. So A buys an article for rupees 400. He is selling that article to B with a profit 20%. So this 400 is the cost price of that article when A bought, and he is selling to B at a profit of 20%. B then sells it to C, making a profit of 10% on the price he paid to A. So first find what is the price B paid. So 40% is the cost price, and A sells with 20% profit. 20% profit. So what would be the price B paid? Find that with that value, making a profit of 10% on the price, he is selling to C. So how much C pays? From the price B paid to A, with 10% profit, B is selling to C. So the answer people are giving is 528. Okay, let's see. Yes, it's 528. Cost price for A 400. Profit percent is 20. So the price B paid is around 480. That is selling price of for A, or cost price for B. 20%. So gain plus gain or profit plus 100 plus 100 by 100 into cost price. I hope you know the formula, and I have did only substitution here. 480. With this 480, B is having again 10% profit. So 110 by 10 into 480, 528. Okay, moving for the next one. The sale price of an article, including the sales tax, is rupees 616. The rate of sales tax is 10%. The rate of sales tax is 10%. If the shopkeeper has made a profit of 12%, then the cost price of the article is, I repeat, with the sales tax, it is 616 rupees. So sales tax is 10%. So it is 110% of the selling price. So 110% of the selling price is 616. So find what is the actual value, and even that value is 12% profit added to the cost price. So find the cost price with the selling price. So 616 is not the selling price. It is 616 is selling price plus 10% sales tax. First find the selling price, and you will have selling price and profit of 12%. With the formula, find the cost price. I repeat, 616 is not actually the sales tax included. So actually it is, if you assume sales taxes, if the actual selling price is X, it is X into 110% is 616. 500, okay. 495, 500, okay. We'll see the answer. It's 500. 110% of selling price 616. That is sales tax included. So 10%. So 110% of selling price is 616. So actual selling prices of the article is 560. So you have selling price, you know the profit, that is 12%. So 100 by 100 plus profit percentage. So 100 by 112 into 560. 500. Still 627? No, it is 500. See the answer. If you have any doubts, please do tell. 495. See, how come? See this explanation. If you don't understand, please tell me. Those who have given the wrong answer, understood or not? Or shall I repeat? Okay, fine. We will go for the next one. A person bought 20 liters of milk at the rate of rupees 8 per liter. So this is his cost price. 20 liters of milk at the rate of rupees 8 per liter. He got it churned after spending rupees 10, and 5 kg of cream and 20 liters of toned milk were obtained. So actually this is not only the cost price. He bought 20 liters of milk at the rate of rupees 8 per liter. This is cost price, and you have to also add this 10, because that will also come in cost price, because he has spent rupees 10. So that he could convert it into 5 kg of cream and 20 liters of toned milk. So the cost price is 20 into 8 plus 10. And for selling price, if we sold the cream at rupees 30 per kg and toned milk at rupees 4 per liter, is profit percent in the transaction. So you have to multiply with the cream amount of cream, 5 kg into 30 per kg, 4 per liter into 20 liter. Find the selling price, find the cost price. Formula is direct, but you should not forget this 10 rupees. This will also come in cost price, because he has spent. For that only I have included this problem. Waiting for the answer. 35.3. Okay. Any other different answer, or 35.3 is correct? We will see. Any other answer? Okay. Yes, it's 35.3, around 35.29. Okay. Total amount spent is 20 into 8 plus 10, 170 rupees. Selling price, you will get 230. Okay. Question explanation. Okay. A person bought 20 liters of milk at the rate of rupees 8 per liter. So 20 into 8, 160 rupees he has spent. He got it churned after spending rupees 10. This is also cost price. So 160 plus 10, 170 is his cost price. That's the cost price, and 5 kg of cream and 20 liters of toned milk were obtained. If he sold the cream at rupees 30 per kg and toned milk at 4 per liter, so the selling price is 4 per liter into 20 liters, 80, 30 per kg into 5 kg of cream, 150. So you will get 230. So 230 selling price, 170 cost price, and you will find the profit and then the profit percent. I hope it is clear. So we shall move for the next one. Okay. A shopkeeper sells one transistor for rupees 840 at a gain of 20%, and another for rupees 960 at a loss of 4%. is total gain or loss percent. I repeat, a shopkeeper sells one transistor for rupees 840 at a gain of 20% and another for rupees 960 at a loss of 4%. This total gain or loss. You need cost price, selling price. So the selling price is given. 840 plus 960 is the total selling price. To find the cost price, you have to find the cost price for the first transistor individually. That is 840 selling price is given, 20% gain is given. You have to find the cost price. For the next one, for the next one, for the next one, 960 rupees is the selling price. Okay. For the second transistor, 960 rupees is the selling price, 4% loss. So with the loss and selling price, you have to find the cost price. Find the sum of cost price and you have selling price. Find whether it is gain or loss and then gain or loss percentage. So the options for these type of questions will be the same value will be given, but they might be confusing. 5% gain or 5% loss. So after finding answer, you have to be sure whether it is gain or loss. They might also confuse with that. I know it will take some time. Gain. Okay, answer. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have forgot. We'll see. Any other answer? Loss. Okay. Guys, we also need the percentage. Give with the value. 5% gain, 15.2. 5.8% gain. Okay. Any other answer? Okay. We'll go for the answer. I haven't converted this fraction into decimal. So I'm getting 100 by 17. So total selling price 840 plus 960, 1800. Total cost price. So you have to find first cost price and cost price of first transistor and cost price of second transistor, and you have to add. So you'll get around 1700. So 100 by 1700 into 100. So what is the value, guys? 100 by 17. Yes, it's 5.882. This is also a bit direct, separately given. So selling price is direct. You have to find the separate cost price and you have to find the profit. Profit or loss you have to find. So yeah, so it is gain. So gain of 5.882. Davis Steve, mute yourself. Okay. 5.882 gain percentage. Understood? Or once again, shall I repeat the question as well as the answer? Feel free to ask. If you have any doubt, I will repeat. Okay. And something has been posted. Instruction. The attendance form which is to be posted at the end of the session will not have timing criteria of 10 minutes. Instead, the form will stop receiving responses once it has exceeded the total number of participants. So 230 responses are allowed. So it's for example, I think. Okay. So it's not time. It will be based on number. So please do fill the form at the end of the session. Okay. We shall go for the next one. This one. The cost price of 21 articles is equal to selling price of 18 articles. Find the gain or loss person. So you can assume the cost price of one article as some value. For example, I have taken one and I solved. You can take some value and you have to solve. Cost price of 21 articles is equal to selling price of 18 articles. Assume cost price of one article is rupees 1. So cost price of 18 articles will be equal to 18. But selling price of 18 articles will be equal to cost price of 21. So selling price of 18 articles will be equal to 20. 18 is the cost article, 21 is the selling price of 18 articles. It is gain. So find the gain percent. 16.67. Other answers, I repeat, you can solve. If you have any other way, you can solve. I have taken, like, for example, cost price of one article is, but selling price of 18 article will be cost price of solve. Others, you can send your answers here. 16.67% gain. Okay, 0.1667. Yes, it is 16.67%. Okay. Okay, clear. So cost price of one article, 1 rupee. So cost price of 18 article will be 18, but selling price of 18 article will be equal to cost price of 21 article. So selling price of 18 article will be then 21 from the first line. So the difference is 3 and it is a gain. So 3 by 18 into 100. So 50 by 3, 16.67% gain. So please remember, they might mention it as loss also. Be careful with it. Okay. Next question. By selling 33 meters of cloth, one gains the selling price of 11 meters. Find the gain percent. Okay. Small similarity with the previous problem, but also a slight difference is there. So I will explain. Selling price. So by selling 33 meters of cloth, the profit is equal to selling price of 11 meters. I repeat, by selling 33 meters, the profit is, the profit alone is equal to selling price of 11 meters. So you have to take like profit equal to selling price minus cost price. So selling prices, you can assume the price of 1 meter is rupees 1. It's just an assumption. You can assume the price of 1 meter is rupees 1. So cost price minus selling price is the profit. Even that profit is equal to selling price of 11 meters. Anyone going for it? Otherwise, I will give explanation. Okay. Explain. Okay. Okay. No other replies. Okay. I will explain. Selling price of, yes, gain is 50%. Yes. So for profit, you have to calculate like this. Selling price minus cost price equal to profit. Selling price of 33 meter minus cost price of 33 meter. That is your profit. What is given? The profit will be equal to selling price of 11 meter. So selling price minus cost price difference will give you profit, and that profit is equal to selling price of 11 meter. So if selling price of 11 meter comes here, selling price of 22 meters is equal to cost price of 33 meter. Clear? Then this statement is like the previous problem. This statement is like previous problem. Cost price of 21 article is equal to selling price of 18 article. It is similar. Selling price of 22 meter cloth is equal to cost price of 33 meter. Now you can make assumption that is cost price of 1 meter is rupees 1 and cost price of 22 meter will be rupees 22. 1 meter 1, 22 meter 22. So selling price of 22 meter will be equal to cost price of 33. So cost price of 33 will be equal to 33. So the difference is 11. So the profit amount is 11 and cost price is 22. So profit percentage or gain percentage will be 50%. So up to this, that is selling price of 22 meter equal to cost price of 33 meter. If you come to, if you have done up to this, it is then easy. It is similar to the previous problem. Understood? Understood with the question? See, you have to understand the question first because here it is given 1 gains the selling price. So the gain is equal to selling price of 11 meters. So please do read the question correctly so that you will understand what is given. Okay, next one. A vendor bought toffees at 3 for a rupee. How many for a rupee must he sell to gain 50%? So he bought for 1 rupee 3 toffees he bought. So if he want to gain, if he wants to gain 50%, so for a rupee, how many toffees he must sell? Okay, 3 toffees for a rupee is the cost price. According to the cost price, 3 toffees for a rupee. So with 50% profit for a rupee, how many toffees he must sell? I think many would have come across these situations in daily life. 1.5. How can the vendor give 1.5 toffees? It's not possible, right? 1.5 toffees. 2. I think yes, 2 is the right answer. 4.5, no. Not 4.5. Okay, I will explain now. So cost price of 3 toffees, 1 rupee. If you want to find the selling price of 3 toffees, that is with 50% profit. So 1 rupee, 50% profit will be 0.5. So 1.5 rupees. 1 rupee 50 paise is the selling price of 3 toffees. So selling price of 3 toffees is rupees 3 by 2. So for rupees 3 by 2, he is selling 3 toffees. For 1 rupee, he will sell 3 into 2 by 3. That is, you have to multiply the reciprocal of this. So you will get two toffees. Understood? Understood, guys? How two toffees is the answer. Okay. So before answering, first think how to proceed. A vendor bought bananas at 6 for rupees 10 and sold them at 4 for rupees 6. So for 6 rupees, for 10 rupees, he bought 6 bananas, but he is selling for 6 rupees 4 bananas. So this is with respect to cost price. Cost price is 10 rupees for 6 bananas. Selling price is 6 rupees for 4 bananas. Find his gain or loss percent. Try and give me the answer. I will tell the answer soon. No answer? You can do it anyway. You can find the cost price of one banana, selling price of one banana, and you can find the loss or gain person. Or if it is in fractions, it is difficult. You can take the LCM of this 6 banana and 4 banana. So you can take LCM as 12 bananas. So find the cost price and selling price for 12 bananas. Then it will not be in fraction. It will be so easy. You can do it either way. 10% loss, gain. Okay, gain, loss, loss. Okay. Cost price of 6 bananas, rupees 10. Selling price of 4 bananas, rupees 6. So I can even find cost price of one banana, selling price of one banana, and can find whether it is loss or gain, and find the difference. If it is difficult for you to do in fraction, you can do this way. I have chosen 12 bananas, LCM of 6 and 4, 12. So cost price of 12 bananas, I am multiplying this by 2, so 20 rupees. Selling price of 12 bananas, 4 into 3, so 12 bananas you will get. So 6 into 3, 18. So it is loss of 2 rupees. So 2 by 20 into 100. So 10% loss. It is not gain, it is 10% loss. Even if you find the answer correctly, but if you put 10% gain, it is lost. So please do check whether it is loss or gain. Okay. Many have given 10% but gain. So it is 10% loss actually. Okay. Next one. A man purchased 80 kg of sugar at rupees 13.5 per kg and mixed it with 120 kg of sugar at rupees 16 per kg. At what rate? You have to tell me in 16%. So for 16% gain, at what rate he must sell? So I repeat, this is the cost price. 80 kg of sugar at rupees 13.5. Multiply this, you will get a amount, and this is also again cost price. He is mixing these two quantities of sugar. You will get the total cost price, and you have the gain person. With the cost price and gain person, find the selling price. Direct formula substitution. Do it soon. 13.5 plus 120 into 16. You will get the total cost price. Gain is 16%. Find the selling price. 25523480. Okay. Any other answer? I am asking per kg. Please do remember, at what rate per kg. I think you are giving for the whole amount, that is 120 kg plus 80 kg. For 200 kg you are giving, I think 2552 and 3480. I think they are for 200 kg. 17.4 per kg. Okay. 52.5 per kg. Okay. Okay. We'll go for the answer. It is 17.4 per kg. So the total cost price 80 into 13.5 plus 120 into 16, 12.5. No. So rupees 3000 is the total cost price. Selling price you have to find with the cost price and profit percent. So 116, that is 100 plus profit percentage 16%. So 116 by 100 into 3000. You will get 3480. This is for total 180 plus 120 for 200 kg. This is the selling price. I want the price per kg. So you have to divide by 200. You will get 17.4 per kg. 52.5 and 12.5. Hemavati and Harsha, have you understood? Or shall I repeat? Okay. Dealer sells his goods at cost price. So he is selling goods at cost price, but uses a weight of 960 grams for a kg. So instead of 1 kilogram, he is giving just 960 grams. So find his gain. Use the formula I have given in the beginning. I will again display the formula for those who didn't note. This is the formula. If a trader sells his goods at cost price but uses false weights, then gain percent equal to error by true value minus error. Error by true value minus error into 100%. Okay. Now I will display the question. Okay. 960 grams for a kg. So actually it has to be 1 kilogram. That is 1000 grams. By 960 grams. 4.16. Okay, I'll see the answer. 25 by 6. Okay. Check after converting this into decimal. So error by true value minus error. So error is 40 grams and true value minus error. So 1000 minus 40, 960. So 40 by 960 into 100. So 25 by 6. So this is around okay. Okay, 4.16. Okay. We shall proceed. Okay. If the manufacturer gains 10%, the wholesale dealer 15%, and the retailer 25%, then find the cost of production of a table. The retail price of which is rupees 1265. So the final retail price is 1265. But this is not the cost of production. So with the cost of production, 10% gain for the manufacturer, and he is with that price he is giving to the wholesale dealer. He sells to the retailer with 15%, and the retailer adds wants to gain 25%. So after all this, it is 1265. So assume x is the cost of production. So x into 10% gain he is selling means manufacturer is giving means, so it is x into 110 by 100, 110%. That will be the amount for which he is selling. And with that amount, the wholesale dealer will sell to 115%, 100 plus 15%. So it is x into 110 by 100 into 115 by 100 into 125 by 100. So you have to multiply. No, not 24,000. If the cost of production is 24,000, how come the retail price will be 1,265? So the answer is 800. X is the cost of production with 10% profit. First, the manufacturer. So the amount the manufacturer is giving to the wholesale dealer is x into 110 by 100. So he is giving with 15% profit. So into 115 by 100, and then 25% profit, 125 by 100. So actually, it would be the cost of production would be 800. Okay. If you make any mistake in between and you are getting some value greater than this price, then you can you can be sure that it is wrong, because it cannot be more than this, because manufacturer gains, wholesale dealer gains, retailer gains. So cost of production cannot be more than the retail price. It will be less. So 800. Understood? Understood? Okay. A man sold two flats for rupees 6,75,958 each. I repeat, a man sold two flats for rupees 6,75,958 each. So don't think it is too big or it is not easy to solve. You need not, you don't need this value at all. It is just for confusing. Rupees 6,75,958. Zero, no. Charaujain Venkatesh, no. I have given a formula. How much does he gain or lose in the whole transaction? So I have given at first itself. If you are solving in directly, it may take time. So the formula is this. When a person sells two similar items, one at a gain of X% and other at a loss of X%, then the seller always incurs a loss given by loss percent equal to X by 10 the whole square. So understood? It's not zero. Here it's not zero. Then it would be 16 by 10 the whole square, 1.6 square, 2.56%, 2.56%. So, and it is again loss. It is not gain, it is loss. Okay. Next question. A man bought a horse and a carriage for rupees 3,000. He sold the horse at a gain of 20% and the carriage at a loss of 10%, thereby gaining 2% on the whole. Find the cost of the horse. So assume the cost of the horse as X. So the carriage cost price would be 3,000 minus X. Assume the cost price of the horse is X. So the cost price of the carriage will be 3000 minus x, and you have to find the profit. So gain of 20%, and horse gain by selling the horse he is gaining 20%, and for carriage he is gaining 10%. Find the difference, and it will be equal to the 2% gain on the whole. So it will be an equation in x. Solve it, you will get x. I repeat, assume the cost price of the horse as x, and cost price of the carriage as 3000 minus x. So for horse he is gaining 20%. So the gain is 20% of x, minus for the carriage he is gaining, sorry, he is losing 10%. So 3000 minus x into 10%, thereby gaining 2% on the whole. So 2% on the whole means 2% of 3000. Find the cost of the horse. 2941.17. Any other answer? Any other answer, or shall I repeat the procedure? 1200. Okay. Okay. We'll see the answer. Yes, it's 1200. Cost price of horse x, cost price of carriage 3000 minus x. So for horse he is gaining 20%. So the gain is 20% of x. And for carriage he is losing 10%. So minus 10% of 3000 minus x, which is equal, so the total is 2% gain on the whole. So 2% of 3000. So this is the whole gain. So if you solve, you will get x as 1200. Clear with the procedure? So the formulas will remain the same. Formulas will be easy, but you have to understand the question and apply it. And that is not so easy. You must read the question carefully. You must understand, and you have to practice. Anyone still struggling to solve this one, or shall we proceed? Respond, guys. If you want me to repeat, I will repeat. Okay. Okay. Repeat once. Okay. So together, horse and carriage total cost price is 3000. By selling the horse, gain is 20%. By selling the carriage, loss is 10%. Overall gain is 2%. Overall gain is 2%. Find the cost of the horse. So we are going to find the cost of the horse. Let the cost of the horse be x. So if the total cost is 3000 and the cost of the horse is x, then the cost of carriage will be 3000 minus x. Okay. Now 20% gain by selling the horse and 10% loss by selling the carriage. 20% of x is the gain. That is cost price of horse, and 20% of it is the gain by selling the horse. And by selling the carriage, you are losing 10%. So minus 10% of cost price of the carriage. So this is equal to 2% gain on the whole. So 2% on the total price is 3,000. So 2% of 3,000. So if you equate this, you will get x as 1,200. Okay. Since many are clear, I hope you understand. Okay. I hope you understood. Okay. We will proceed. Find the single discount equivalent to a series discount of 20%, 10%, and 5%. So initially X is the cost price. So cost price are initially X is the marked price. Assume first 10% discount is given and you will get a value. From that value, 10% discount and again 5% discount. So these are the discount values. So you can't use this directly. So 20% discount means the price has been reduced to 80%. Okay, reduced by 20%. So it is reduced to 80%. So 80%, and from that value 10% is reduced. So it is 90% of that, and 95% of that. Okay, x into 80%. That is the value you will get after the first discount. X into 80%. For the second discount, 10%. So x into 80% into 90%. Because 10% discount, so the price will be 90% of that. For the third discount, it will be the previous value multiplied by 95%. So 5% is reduced. So 95% will be the price. So the total percent. So by calculating this, again I repeat, by calculating this, you will get only the price, and that is not the total discount. You have to subtract it from 100 so that you will get the total discount. Okay, I'm seeing 31.6 as the answer. Okay, any other answer? I repeat, after solving this, the final value you get is again the price. It is not the discount. So to get the price, subtract it from 100. So 95 by 100 into 90 by 100 into 80 by 100. You will get 68.4%. So this is not again the total discount. This is the price for which it is sold after all discounts. It is reduced to 68.4%. So overall 31.6% discount has been given. Overall 31.6% discount has been given. Understood? Okay. I think two more problems left. Okay. And these are with respect to discounts. After getting two successive discounts, a shirt with a list price of rupees 150 is available at rupees 105. So actually it is 150. After two successive discounts, the rate is reduced to 105. So if the second discount is 12.5, find the first discount. Okay. So how to proceed? So the value is 150. First discount you don't know. Let it be X. So if X is the discount, it would be sold at 100 minus X%. For example, if 5% discount, 95% of the amount will be the price. So let the discount be X. So 150 into 100 minus X% will be the price after first discount. After second discount, you have to multiply by 87.5 because 12.5% discount. So remaining will be the price. So 87.5. So it is 150 into X minus 100 by 100 into 87.5 by 100. And that is equal to 105. After two discount, the value is 105. So what is the first discount? 20%. Okay. Any other answer or 20% is correct? 20%. Okay, we'll see. Yes, it is 20%. 150 into 100 minus x by 100 into 87.5 by 100 equal to 105. Do the calculations, you will get x as 20%. Okay, everyone understood? One more problem is there in discount. Okay, I'll proceed. This is very interesting problem. Read the question carefully. An uneducated retailer. No response for the previous question. Is there anyone still stuck with that? Shall I repeat the previous one or is it clear? Clear, okay. An uneducated retailer marks all his goods at 50% above the cost price. I think there is a mistake here. Wait, 25%. Okay. Uneducated retailer marks all his goods at 50% above the cost price, and thinking that he will still make 25% profit by offering a discount of 25%. So he's marking the price as 50% extra, 50% above the cost price, and he is giving 25% discount. But still he is thinking he will make 25% profit. But what is the actual profit? 12.5%. Yes, I think it's correct. Any other answer? Anyone else trying? 12.5%. If you read the question, if you are able to get the answer directly by reading the question, it's very good. Otherwise, I will tell you the steps. Assume it is initially X. Market price he is marking 50% extra, so 1.5x. He's selling it at, he's giving 25% discount. So he is selling 75% of the market price. So he's selling at 1.125 per X. So the cost price is X and selling price is 1.125. So he's gaining 12.5%. By directly seeing the question itself, you can answer if you are good at profit and loss. Otherwise, these are the steps. But you have to be very quick because time is a major factor. So clear with all these 19 questions? Understood? These 19 questions. Any problem to be repeated? Any doubt in a question? Okay. Okay. So 19 questions over 20th one. So data sufficiency. Profit and loss problems can also be asked in data sufficiency. A shopkeeper sells toys at rupees 250 each. What percent profit does he make? So which of the following two is needed, or both are needed, or nothing is needed? The question given is, he is selling the toys at 250 rupees each. What profit percent does he make? Profit percent can be calculated with which of the following data? Number of toys sold, cost price of each toy, or both, or neither. So only one is necessary or only two is necessary, both 1 and 2 are necessary, either 1 or 2 necessary, none of these. What is the answer? You have selling price, you have to find the profit percent. Number of toys sold is the first option and cost price of each toy is the second option. Yes, only 2 is necessary, not both, because it is profit percent. If you want to find the profit amount, you need the total number of toys sold. It is profit percent profit. So you just need, if you find the profit percent of one toy, it will be same for everything. So number of toys sold is not needed. If the total profit is asked, you need the first one also. Understood? So two is the answer. So questions can be data sufficiency or the problems we have seen before. These types of problems can, normal problems can also be asked, or data sufficiency can also be asked. Okay, that's all with profit and loss. Understood? Understood. Shall I go further? Okay. Okay. So today you have also cause and effect, I think. So causes and effects. So two statements are given. You have to find which is cause and which is the effect. The prices of food grains and other essential commodities in the open market have risen sharply during the past 3 months. The prices of food grains and other essential commodities in the open market have risen sharply during the past 3 months. So, second statement is the political party in opposition has given a call for general strike to protest against the government's economic policy. So, which is the cause, which is the effect? Statement one is the cause, two is the effect, two is the cause, one is the effect. Both are independent causes. Which one? Okay, A. Statement one is the cause, two is its effect. Okay? Yes. So regarding verbal ability, mm, verbal reasoning today, antonyms and closer test, I think. So for closer test, it will be a paragraph will be given or a sentence will be given. Appropriate word to be filled can be asked. So fill the appropriate word. It might be okay. And antonyms. Two sections are there for verbal reasoning today. Okay, and that's it for today's portion. And I have also the circular permutation that I missed day before yesterday. So I just have one question with this, and I will wind up the session. In how many ways four, four persons A, B, C, D can be arranged around the round table with four chairs? So please understand the question. A, B, C, D, four persons are to be arranged around the round table with four chairs. So it is not direct, it is not linear arrangement, it is circular arrangement. For circular arrangement, it is n minus 1 factorial, it is not n factorial. So 4 person, n minus 1, 4 minus 1, 3 factorial is the answer. This is not for today's portion, I repeat. This is uh, with regard to permutation and combination. I have missed this topic, circular permutation. So I am just displaying one question with this. So it is 3 factorial 6. Because this is why, because in linear arrangement, there is a start and there is a end. In circular arrangement, there is no start, no end. So it will be n minus 1 factorial. If you take 4 factorial, n factorial, few combinations will repeat. So it is just n minus 1 factorial, 3 factorial, 6 ways. So, and a few more problems are also there, beat problems, how beats are arranged. See that type of problems also, and practice for today's session, profit and loss. And that's it for today. If you want me to repeat any question, I will repeat. Otherwise, we shall wind up the session. Any doubts? Shall I repeat any question? Do you want me to repeat or it's clear? Okay. Okay. Attendance link is provided. It receives only 255 responses. Please do fill. Thank you guys. Thank you all. Do practice different problems. Thank you.